There will be penny wars this week during lunch to raise money for Dan's Blue. Bring in all your pennies to donate to see which academy can donate the most. Bring in your silver change to cancel out pennies for the other academies. Let's see who can raise the most money to support the patients at the University of Kentucky Children's Hospital. Hashtag for the kids.
Are you looking for a way to meet new friends at Douglas? The Lunch Ambassadors are scheduling open tables at lunch during the month of February. Anyone may join an open table by downloading the Sit With Us app. Any questions? See Mr. Meanick. ESS is today after school. Senior ads start selling now. Tell a special senior how proud you are of them. Choose a picture with a message to place in the yearbook. See Ms. Clement in room C204 for more information before or after school. There will be a tennis parent meeting Monday, February 12th at 5:30 at Douglas. If you intend on playing, it is mandatory for you and your parents to be in attendance. If you have any questions, talk to Coach Harris in E200. If you need to borrow a loaner Chromebook for a school day, you may come to the library and check one out for Miss Reno. It must be returned by the end of the school day. Stay tuned for an interview with Hollywood actor Mr. Bamba. Also stay tuned for a Sit With Us message. And Mr. Diaz.
We got a lot of things going on in the morning announcements today. A lot of things going on in the morning announcements, and that's great. Just like Douglas, that's part of what we do, who we are. We got a lot of things going on. I'm here this morning promoting the Wellness Committee. We have a Wellness Committee here. It's a group of teachers that kind of form our wellness policy. I'm promoting them with my protein shake. Just a little sub hint right here. Guys, I want to talk about numbers real quick. And I know this is a little bit off topic, but there's about 180 instructional days in the school year. Maybe 179. You know, 180 instructional days makes the math easier, because I want to say, if you miss, and this is my pitch to you as to why it is essential for you to get to class on time. I'm asking my teachers to teach from bell to bell. You should not be standing by the door waiting on the bell at the end of the day. If you miss 1 minute of instructional time every day, that's equivalent to almost 2 full days of that class. If you miss 1 minute of instructional time in each one of your classes, that's equivalent to almost 4 or 5 days of instructional time in that class. So it is essential that you are on task, which is one of our EOS indicators, from the minute the teacher starts teaching at the beginning of the period to the minute the teacher stops teaching at the end of the period. We have bells at the beginning of the day and in between every class for a reason. Those bells indicate when you leave class. If you walk out of your classroom before the bell, that is considered a skip. You're gonna be in trouble. Don't do it. Stay in the classroom, stay engaged in the lesson. Guys, after the morning announcements, if you are in the teaching and learning pathway and you're on the field trip that's going to the University of Kentucky, you have to report to room 208. I got to remind you of our employability. That's on time. I just talked about that one. On task. I also referenced that one. Appropriate language, appropriate electronics, being respectful, being responsible. I was here after school on Tuesday, and there was a team practicing. I will not say which team it is because I do not want the coach to become upset. But during the team practicing, kids were running, and one of the kids was running with their cell phone, maybe texting, maybe, I don't know, social media. But they were doing their workout while engaging in that is probably not appropriate electronics. I want you to focus on being sure you're using your electronics the way that you're supposed to be using them, in an appropriate manner. Guys, I'm fired up about Dance Blue. We have a basketball game on Friday. It's a huge, huge home basketball game. One of the few boys basketball games we have left this year. Teachers, I'm going to sign off now. There's 2 quick videos after the morning announcements. Please stay tuned for that. But what I need is for you to post attendance at this time. Send any badge violators directly to the safe room. We have the log. We're issuing lunch detentions if they refuse to bring their badge. Yesterday, I walked into a random classroom with a handful of chocolate chip cookies. I saw how many kids were wearing their badges during the school day, during instruction, and I handed out those chocolate chip cookies. Guys, the point of your badge is to have it visible on your person all day long, especially at lunch. Please. This is for your safety. We had a tragedy at Marshall County. We have stuff going on at schools all the time. And I guarantee you and your parents that this is the safest school in Lexington, in Kentucky, in the United States. Our adults work vigilantly to make that school that way. You deserve it. You deserve to come to school and feel good about it. I'm Lester Diaz, your principal, and it is an honor and a privilege to serve you in this capacity. Stay tuned.
Thank you. Just a quick story about me. I am, as you know, I'm an actor. So I grew up in the Ivory Coast, in the city of Abidjan until I was 10 years old, and then I moved to America with my parents. So the political situation got a little bit rough out there, and we came to the South Bronx. Basically, there's a lot of bullying happening, and I didn't speak any English, and they put me in a Spanish ESL class. So you imagine this African kid that speaks French, that's in a Spanish ESL class, in the hood. Thank you. Just a quick story about me.